Challenges between these five for place in the semi-final.
A circular element with a glowing M at its centre. MasterChef, the professionals.
Pop-up restaurants have revolutionised the way we eat. With a vibrant mix of cuisines on offer in dynamic settings, some of the most exciting foods currently in the UK has come from the pop-up industry. Tonight, James, Tommy, Charlie, Molly and Lauren will be opening the MasterChef Professionals pop-up at Market Halls, a popular dining venue in the heart of London.
Pop-up restaurants are a very different atmosphere to what our chefs have been used to.
We need to see a different side to our chefs today. They've got to embrace this environment. I'm properly excited about this.
The chefs have come to find Greg and Marcus upstairs in the pop-up restaurant.
Chefs, welcome to Market Halls, right here in central London, one of the largest pop-up restaurant venues in the country. Competitions amongst chefs for residency in a place like this is fierce. This is a chance for you to make your mark.
You are going to be presenting your food to 25 movers and shakers, not just in the pop-up scene, but in the food industry as a whole. We are going to give them the opportunity to vote on their favourite dish. The chef who gets the most votes will go straight through to the semi-finals. 3 hours, chefs, to deliver something quite spectacular. Off you go.
The chefs head off to the kitchen.
Having to share a workspace in tightly packed kitchens, the contestants will have their work cut out to prepare their dish for today's pop-up menu.
This is completely new for me. I've never done any pop-up of any kind, so it's very intimidating coming in today.
I'm confident, but at the same time, I don't want to get overconfident and stitch myself up further down the line.
I'm used to cooking in places like this because I've got my own hash brown street food business.
I've done a pop-up, but there's not as much pressure.
A game plan is put my head down, gotta go for it.
All five of them will have a burning desire to stand out here. It's got to be smart, I want it to be edgy, but it's also got to be doable in big numbers.
Keen to continue to showcase his love of Asian flavours, street food van owner James is making a very different take on a Chinese classic.
The inspiration behind my dish is prawn toast. I love prawn toast, so hopefully it'll go down well.
James has got a dish that's intriguing. 2 types of prawn mince, and we've got 2 different flavours. We've got jalapeno peppers and then gochujang, a red pepper spice, piped out, one on top of the other, rolled into a ballantine, chilled, and then that's going to be wrapped in spring roll pastry laces. This must feel like home to you.
It is. I'm used to cooking in places like this.
So both of these are prawn, and it's going into like a spring roll?
Essentially, but with shredded pastry. So I'm going to shred the pastry and then roll it up so it's like a big tumbleweed. Loads of lovely texture on the outside. I love prawn toast. I wanted to kind of replicate prawn toast a bit better.
This sounds like probably the most glamorous and really interesting sounding prawn toast I think I've ever had. It's going to have to work.
Which chef?
I'm curious as to see how he's going to wrap this up. Because I don't want those prawn flavours disappearing into a deep fat fryer. I've got prawn head mayonnaise. So he's got the prawn heads, which is cooked down in the wok, and then he's going to make his mayonnaise with that oil, which I think is a great idea. We've also got the Kami seaweed relish, which is going to sit on the side.
Underneath all of these big flavours, we've got katsu curry inspired chili sauce.
Spicy, spicy!
James, we know, can do invention. But like all inventions, it's either going to be the next great thing or the next forgettable thing.
Once the prawn rolls get set, then I'll feel a lot more under control. Get them in the fridge.
There's more going on in my food today than I've done before, so it's a lot more pressure than I'm putting on myself.
Sous chef Lauren has stood out with food from her Jamaican heritage and is hoping to shine again with a Caribbean spice oxtail served with bone marrow butter.
I'm making what is called like a green seasoning, so like wet marinade for the oxtail. I've got some garlic, scotch bonnet, parsley, chili powder, smoked paprika.
Lauren, she's adding strong Caribbean flavours to that. We've got a Scotch bonnet chilli, one of the hottest chilies on the planet. If you use it sparingly, it gives a fruity flavour. If you go too far, it will just strip your palate.
It's pretty important that I get on now so that it can seep into the meat. So I'm going to backpack it to try and intensify it, as normally I'd leave it about 24 hours.
We've got coconut and kidney bean puree. She's going to be putting the kidney beans inside the bone marrow, and then she's going to be covering that with the beautifully braised oxtail. Also got a bone marrow butter with cassava crisps.
Whoa.
What's inspired the dish then?
This is one of my favourite dishes to cook. I do it for people that I love, and it's one of those dishes that reminds me of like Christmas time or a birthday or some sort of special occasion, because that's when you normally do it.
You've got a big smile on your face right now. You love the sound of it. You've got a lot of work to get on with. Thank you. It's a tried and tested recipe. It's a recipe she cooks with her family. And she's bringing this to some of the top people in the pop-up world.
I need to make sure that everything is on point. I stick to the plan and try and get that passed.
Stepping away from his usual classical style, head chef Tommy has instead chosen to cook his version of one of the world's most globally recognized takeaways.
I'm making a ribeye kebab, a Thai slaw with that, some crispy and pickled shot rings, a kimchi emulsion, and some pickled chilies. Quite a mixed bunch of cuisines, I like to think. Hopefully it works.
Tell us about the idea behind your menu, please.
Basically, the last time I was in London, on the way home, I was very hungry, and the only thing I could find was a kebab. So, and you know what, eating it on the way to the tube, I was like, this is actually very tasty. It's kind of inspired by the idea of a really delicious kebab, you know, so that's what I'm going for today.
Are you going to serve it with a knife and fork, or is it going to be in a pita?
It's going to be in a flatbread, basically. It's going to be a beef fat flatbread. I want them to eat it, getting messy, and just be like, wow, that's delicious, you know, that's what I want.
We've got some ribeye, which is marinating in shiai koji, which is a Japanese marinade.
Shiai koji is like a naturally fermented rice grain, essentially. Very umami.
The thing is, you've got such a delicious piece of beef. What you put on it has got to enhance it, not destroy it.
We've got Thai coleslaw, we've got pickled chilies with this dish, kimchi emulsion, which has also got some spice and emulsion too.
So kimchi is fermented cabbage, contains a lot of chili, got quite a bit of heat. It's also got that sort of natural sweet and sour note to it.
You're going to have hot, you're going to have sweet, you're going to have sour. You're going to have a lot of ingredients all working against each other. I hope this dish is tried and tested.
Hopefully some of the guests today are hungover. That'll probably work in my favour.
22-year-old Charlie is a head chef at a fish restaurant in Cornwall, but for today's menu has decided to create a plant-based bao bun.
So I'm making my bao mix here. This is the key part of the dish, getting this brewed. That's why it's my first job.
That he plans to fill with a tropical Asian fruit, oyster mushrooms, and a cola barbecue sauce.
All veg-based?
All plant-based.
Yeah, well, why are you doing that?
So outside of work, I optionally choose to go on a plant-based diet. So for me, this is quite close to home, something I'm quite passionate about. I really want to prove that you can turn plants, fruit and vegetables into something that tastes exactly like meat.
He finally slices celeriac.
Charlie's incredibly passionate about his plant-based food. So I love the fact he's bringing that here to the pop-up.
I've got my bao bun on to prove now, and I need to get every other job done before that's ready to go into a second prove. So every other element of the dish needs to be done in the next hour.
He's using a fresh jackfruit, and he's also using tinned jackfruit. So the tin will be savoury. The fresh one will have a slight sweetness to it. That's lovely. It's got oyster mushroom going through there as well. These are nice
Oyster
textures.
mushroom.
So cola flavoured barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Go on, tell me about that.
So the main base mix of that, I've got it here, is the cola, and then it's got a little bit of sugar in there, red wine vinegar, garlic, tomato paste, and I'm going to reduce that down over the jackfruit and the mushrooms. I guess just to be careful, this is quite a ripe jackfruit, and obviously just like any fruit.
Yeah,
whatever it
Marlowe,
is, the
yeah,
sweeter it is.
explain that.
And obviously I've got a cola barbecue sauce going on, so the whole thing could get a little too sweet. So I think I'm just going to make an adjustment there with how much sugar I add into my barbecue sauce.
Having stood out so far with her classic dishes, private chef Molly has come up with a dessert combining
Molly.
2 recipes from opposite sides of the world.
She whisks eggs and mixes them into a pot of pale liquid.
Right, what are you cooking?
I'm doing a take on a opera cake.
Oh,
So, classic French.
layered coffee sponge, buttercream.
Yeah.
All about technique, all about skill.
I'm making it into a baked Alaska. I've made a orange and coffee ice cream. I'm gonna do a disc of opera, then a scoop of the ice cream on top, and then I'm gonna finish it off with an Italian meringue. Blow torch it.
You're taking a risk with this one. That ice cream melts, you're in big trouble.
Got to take risks. If I can't take risks now, I'm never gonna.
What Molly's attempting, I think, is wonderful. It's incredibly ambitious in this atmosphere. Remember, she's not going to get 1 or 2 out. She's going to get 25 of them out. She's got a sponge.
The opera cake itself has layers of sponge. I just can't take my eyes off them. If I take my eyes off them, I may as well just go on now.
On top of that, you've got a coffee ice cream.
Yeah. Really strong coffee.
Then she's going to cover the whole thing in an Italian meringue.
It'll just be go, 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 push, push, push till the end.
But it needs technical ability, a little bit of artistry, and style.
Pray for Molly.
I really think we've got 5 great dishes here. This is going to be about service and execution. Who's the one that really wants to go straight through to our semi-final? That's what it's all about. Chefs, an hour of prep time has gone already.
The exterior
2
of
hours.
market halls.
3 hours.
James has been busy preparing enough shredded
Yeah,
pastry
oh.
to encase 25 portions of his spiced prawn mix.
Basically just cutting it into essentially pasta noodles.
Noodle
So
kan
it's
inte
going to be
vara
like lovely amount
här.
of texture on it and
Wow.
really cool as well.
Ja.
You want the pastry case to be the security that wraps around the prawn flavours, because I don't want the prawn to taste of oil, especially
Yeah.
oil of a deep fat fryer.
While the pastry laces chill,
Pastry.
James's next job is to finish making his prawn head mayonnaise.
So I've infused, oiled all the heads, bit of ginger, then just emulsified it.
And the wakame seaweed relish.
I'm going to be cooking it down with some onions, bit of ginger, sugar, and some rice wine vinegar. Almost like a very quick chutney. Hopefully a little bit of sweet and sour on the side to what is quite a spicy, rich dish. Should be good, should be good.
Oh.
Lauren's Caribbean spiced oxtail
Caribbean.
has been marinating for 30 minutes,
Oh.
and she's now started the first of 2 cooking processes.
So browning the oxtail, if you want to get a really nice deep flavour, you caramelize brown sugar into oil and then you sear your meat. I'm just basing it on Jamaicans that we do this technique. So once I've done this, it's got to go straight into the pressure cooker and get soft.
The most important
Whoa, I
thing
have
about
pressure
cooking
cooker.
oxtail is cooking it so
Oh,
that
yeah.
the meat just falls off the bone. If it doesn't naturally fall off the bone, it's not cool.
I'm nervous about the pressure cooker. I'm hoping that it's perfect, it melts in the mouth. I've also got my kidney bean and coconut puree on. My rice is cooking, and now I'm getting ready to get my cassava ready.
Cassava is a very, very
Cassava.
starchy white vegetable. She's going to slice it down thinly and make chips out of it.
I need to also scrape the marrow from my bones to use for butter.
For a flavour with those cassava chips, she's got bone marrow, and then she's going to whisk that into butter. But what she's got there is fat on fat. She's also got oxtail, lots of fat. You've got to be really, really careful here.
Whoa,
This
I
isn't
didn't
greasy, and it's not too rich.
Tommy is finishing off the dough for his flatbreads to hold his ribeye kebab meat.
So I've got bread flour, natural yogurt, cumin seeds. So it's quite a simple flatbread. I don't want to mess around too much.
While the dough rests, Tommy has 3 different garnishes to get ready.
Just prepped all of my shallot rings for the pickle. Just prepping the red cabbage for my coleslaw now, so a lot of veg chopping. Gonna have a variety of different vegetables come together. Got a lot to do still, so definitely up against it.
A bowl of brown liquid.
Charlie's Cola barbecue sauce is ready to be added to his jackfruit and mushroom filling for the bao buns.
And literally just got to bring that down now for the next sort of hour, and I'll really go into the jackfruit and the mushroom to give that meaty flavour. A lot of slaw to make, so I've got my celeriac in that, apple, and I've got my plant-based mayonnaise here that I've just made from the aqua fibre of the chickpeas.
Charlie's looking very organised. He has not stopped. I think Charlie's just turned up the heat on this kitchen another notch.
On dessert, Molly's making good progress on her opera baked Alaska.
Got my sponge done. I've got 4 ice cream machines on the go. I've made a coffee syrup with coffee liqueur just to soak the sponge in.
I think the risk for Molly is timing. This is a warm, cold dessert. You've got frozen ice cream on a sponge. Then you've got your chocolate and your buttercream surrounded with an Italian meringue. Every single layer has to be perfect.
Just got to keep my head down for the last 15 minutes now and crack on.
British flags.
With less than an hour until service, the 25 guests have started to arrive.
買咗時間啦，
Some of the UK's top chefs and pop-up
笑啦，快未出， 我喺度
My
攞你
parents
啲，
are Jamaican and
喺度攞
Turkish. It's
你。
very unusual. I call it Jerkish. And I do international food, but with Caribbean inspiration. Understand what it takes to make a good pop-up. It's not easy. You've got a lot of things to fight against. Usually you're in a small space. You haven't got the right equipment. You just have to get on with it. So it's a lot about perseverance and creativity.
Specialise in outdoor cooking, particularly American barbecue. The type of food that you've got to put
I like
your
that
heart
part,
and
yeah.
soul into to make it taste fantastic. And I know all of these
I like the
contestants
guy,
today are going to be pouring their heart and soul into these dishes, and I can't wait to taste them.
Dan Lee.
誒，
Just opened my pop-up. My focus is Asian street food, a lot of steam stuff. I've got baos, I've got dumplings. Going from restaurant kitchen to pop-up's completely different. We've got to adapt to where you're going. Sometimes you're there for a day, a weekend, and it's really
呢
intense.
部呢做 judge 嘅，你即刻咧就出嚟啊！
And we set up my own business 5 years ago, and we cook burgers with truffle. The chefs have got to give it their all.
Wow.
They've got one dish to really make
Wow,
it sing.
my
So I think
goodness.
flavour and appearance is
So
so really
rich.
important for this dish.
I'm the founder of Taxaway, a contemporary Pan-African concept. Something that's really, really important in a pop-up setting is the ability to be able to be really quick, fast, and get your dishes out there. The pressure is going to be on, it's going to be unrelenting.
The diners are all gathered at the bar.
With 30 minutes prep time still remaining, all 5 chefs need to work fast in order to be ready for service.
25 guests on your own is a massive amount of work. Anyone who's ever done Christmas dinner for more than 6 can appreciate the amount of work that's going on.
我
誒冇做啲喎。
啊，我會啊，我做你。
30 of that. We'll make sure I get it nicely set back in the fridge, ready for frying later. As long as they don't explode when frying, we're winning. So,
啊，你特冇驚啊！
fingers crossed.
呢邊
With
見
her
咗啊！
oxtail in the pressure cooker, Lauren is pushing hard to finish the final element in the prep time. A Caribbean squash called chocho.
It's going to be pickled. The oxtail is going to be quite soft, nice melt in the mouth. So I wanted something a bit more sharp to break through, as well as keeping the theme of using Caribbean ingredients. Just a few little components, and I'll leave my meat till last, because that needs to be soft.
With service fast approaching, Tommy still needs to roll out and cut 25 flatbreads.
Making the dough is one thing, rolling them all perfectly round without a cutter is really tricky.
So a lot of maintenance behind it, a lot of rolling, and once they are cooked, I'm then going to brush them in the beef dripping.
That's a lot of flatbread to do. It really is, especially if you're going to add all that beef flavour to it as well. This is a really tricky task he set himself here.
Charlie is also battling to finish the dough for his bao buns.
Got a few things to do. 30 bao buns to roll, so
做包
try
啊
to！ get them all done in time. Leave them with enough time to prove again.
You want nice fluffy bao bun, fluffy enough to put your head on like a pillar.
And then while they're proving, I've just got to round up all the other items to the dish. Head down, crack on.
Molly's coffee ice cream is churned and opera cake soaked in coffee liqueur.
哇，鬼嘢！
But she still needs to make the all-important Italian meringue to cover the dessert.
So my meringue's the
Yeah,
last
kick
job
out
on
and
the
quit.
list.
You've got to get the Italian meringue absolutely spot on. If the meringue is wrong in any way, the temperature of the cooked sugar, this meringue could break down quite easily when she begins torching it.
Plenty of time for it to cool down naturally. Make sure it's as firm as possible. Yeah, that's the plan anyway.
The diners are sitting down and looking at the menus.
James, Lauren, you're going to be serving your dishes first, okay?
Lauren and James now have just 10 minutes to finish cooking and serve their dishes.
I'm gonna have to fry off prawn balls, garnish them with furikake, which is sesame, a little bit nori, some red pepper flake.
James has got a very large
Oh.
prawn ball wrapped in that beautiful pastry. Deep fried, he's got to make sure that they're cooked just right. If those prawn balls are not cooked, he's in big trouble.
For Lauren, everything now rests on her oxtail being cooked to perfection.
哇！
Yes, yes, yes.
Lauren is absolutely delighted. Her oxtail is just melting, falling off the bone.
哇！
I think my main worry was the meat, because something that usually takes me 4 hours. So happy.
哇！
Really hot, burning my fingers, but it'll be worth it in the end.
Right, chefs, you've got 4 minutes before your first plates leave the kitchen. Are you two working together?
Yes, chef.
How long you got on that, Lauren?
Give me 1 minute.
1 minute? Yeah, wait.
Ready.
James tests his prawn balls.
James is making not prawn toast. So it's jalapeno and gochujang prawn wrapped in crispy pastry.
Rolling well.
Should be super tasty, I'm excited.
You want them to be a bit like, you know,
The toast element is that crispy pastry.
Yeah, and
Really
then
looking forward to that.
Your bandaged prawn ball, are they alright?
my mummy prawn ball. Yeah.
They're like the mummy, yeah.
They're good, yeah. They're good.
prawn head and ginger mayo. I want that really punchy shellfish flavour. Katsu chili sauce, I want that punch, but I want to be reminded that it's katsu.
Oh. Oh.
即係而家叫隻黑馬奶啊，隻你 Marcus 啊，
Got too excited.
續擊啊！
We need to keep rolling.
Wait. So a little like, give me 30 seconds, yeah?
哇，鬼啊衰啊！
There's furikake and katsu, which is Japanese. It's a little bit all over the place. Hopefully it's balanced enough that it's going to work.
They are very attractive,
Yeah.
brothers. Very attractive.
Very different.
Presentation is amazing.
Service.
Service, please.
James's prawn balls and Lauren's oxtail.
Prawn
served.
ball 啊！
Yeah, I'm very happy. I would order that.
阿冰喺度睇腳本啦。
Things put
加
together.
料加料
So
加
I
说
can see the skill and
Enjoy
the work
the
that's
food.
gone into it.
哇！
James' nut prawn toast was delicious, really unique. Hadn't had anything like that before. Philo
Prawn ball, prawn
really
idea.
crispy, really strong prawn flavour. Yeah, it's delicious.
enjoy food long
I'm liking a lot. The
Oh.
pastry was very crispy. The brown head and ginger mayo were amazing.
The katsu, which was a katsu and chili. I like spice, so for me it was good.
Predominantly, I could taste the prawn head, which is a nice flavour.
The wakame relish on the side lifted the whole dish completely. Got crisp, I got texture, got prawn flavour. I genuinely love that dish.
The prawn ball, that's delicious. Really good flavour. And I love the pastry on the outside. I love the mayonnaise on top. Love the presentation. Really liking this a lot.
We always knew James had technical
This is
ability, and we
Zhang
always
Zhen,
knew he had creativity, but this time he has really brought some
阿冰
fantastic
阿媽係做
flavours
隻
together.
隻啱
Lauren's
Yeah,
adding
yeah,
kidney
boy,
bean
boy.
puree.
你冇學你講話
First table's up. Now we've got another table of 4, guys, all right?
Yes, chef.
Let's go, Lauren.
Hello, Lauren.
Minute and a half.
Wait.
I love the sound of this dish. Braised
Oh,
oxtail
partner,
should
yeah.
be unctuous and soft.
啲大媽講嘢
3百
就
肉啊
Are you
300
happy with the way the
肉
oxtail's cooked?
啊！
Very happy.
Another Chinese or 300肉
This is a Jamaican inspired dish here. The kidney bean puree. I can't wait to try that
Oh,
out.
you gonna try different
Some
things
are very street food style as well.
You know,
So
try
I'm excited
Ah,
to see what it's like.
這是咯，冰鍋
That's the rice going on the base there, yeah?
Yeah.
Bone goes on top, and that's it.
And that's it. And then we've got the crisp on the
整个要
side.
碎
Right,
啊！
guys, nearly there. Final push.
啊，
Bone marrow yourself, Chris. I want to taste bone marrow because if you're gonna say that that's what it is.
Lauren, do you reckon you got the winning dish there?
I think it's only best you think that way.
Let's go, come on, guys. Get these last few tables out. Customers are waiting.
Lauren plates her last oxtail dishes.
Service.
Let's go.
Brilliant job.
So the dish is exactly what I wanted it to be. If there's spice, there's like earthy tones through the oxtail, then I've got a bit of pickle, crunch, so I'm happy with that, and I hope they feel the same.
Adina sniffs the oxtail before tasting it.
The oxtail is cooked really well. It's really soft and like falling off the bone as it should be.
I think the chef did a really good job to include some spicy taste in the oxtail. So plus they have this pickled chorizo on top, which is a really good idea.
These are literally the best cassavich I've ever tasted.
The kidney bean puree, I love that. I just wanted more of it.
Overall, I thought it was a good dish. Quite like the coconut flavor of the rice.
The oxtail is soft and it's unctuous and it's cooked really well in that pressure cooker. She's used the Scotch bonnet quite well and it's bringing a little bit of heat to it, but not too much.
These little cassava chips
Yeah,
on the
warm,
side, great idea. And I love the fact that she's brossed them with a little bit of beef fat as well. Fantastic.
Tommy's slicing up dough.
Next up, a Charlie.
哇
and
，Chinese
Tommy.
steamer 了。
But with their service about to start,
I'm on the run like I have this chicken.
Tommy is nowhere near ready.
Tommy, you're looking a little bit frantic.
Just the flatbread took a lot longer than I anticipated. I'm gonna do 6 more.
Are all your sides done?
I need to finish my coleslaw, fry my shallot rings, obviously cook my beef. So that's
Oh,
it.
whoa.
Yeah, I've got a lot to do. I'm definitely behind.
Charlie, what have you got left to do?
I've got my buns on steam, I've got my shallots crisping up, pickle cabbage is done, and Slayer Axel's in the fridge, so I'm good.
You are ready to go.
Oui.
You can't cook a few flatbreads while you're at it, can you?
How many you got left to do, Tommy? Is that last few?
Yeah, just cooking these last guys off now, up against the
What's a
wire.
puppy hand?
He flips his flatbreads on the grill.
哎呦，個 puppy 啊，哇冰啊！
Thomas, he's got 20 odd steaks to get seared, cooked, rested, and cut before he can serve. That's a lot of work for one chef.
20 steaks, it's definitely a challenge. There's a lot of meat. I just want to make sure they're all beautifully cooked.
Remember, you two have got to serve at the same time.
Make sure every dish gets the same attention. Remember, these guys are voting on which of you goes straight through to the semi-final.
How long do you want to go, Tom?
I'm going to be sort of 3 minutes.
如果我生日快樂，
Tommy's
哇
kebab
raw，
just sounds
哎呦，
amazing. I
特
love
別加
kebabs
硬嘅，
myself.
我覺卜卜
This beef
See the
flatbread,
raw.
obviously it's going to be homemade. I'm just hoping it's just soft, it's just delicious with that ribeye as well.
Yeah, I'm happy with them.
哇，
They're tasty. I think they do okay. I'm happy.
We like the ribeye to be cooked medium at most, medium rare ideally.
呢個 medium rare，
Tommy, happy with the beef?
I'm happy with the cooking of it.
Rare?
medium rare，
It's medium rare.
medium
Tom, how
rare。
long until you're off on the first flight?
I'm going to be only 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes good for me, chef.
Thai inspired coleslaw, that quite intrigues me. Crispy and pickled shallot rings. I want a nice crisp, obviously that's where your texture's coming from. And a nice pickle to cut through the fattiness of the ribeye.
Chilies.
Tommy, what you got left to do?
So I'm just going to add my mayonnaise.
Right, you need to hurry up because he's finished.
Okay.
Tommy adds his mayonnaise.
Anything else?
Coriander, and then that's it.
Right, if you're ready, call service.
Service please. Wait.
Ready to
Very
serve。
tough. Did a lot there.
哇，
There's a
呢
lot
個
to
真
get
正，
right.
你
Things
打麻
could
將
have
個
been
真
better,
正，
but overall.
你唔能驚。
The rib eye itself tastes
呢
really
個變
on
一色嘅
point.
咧
It's，very tender, it's not overly cooked, and I can taste the Thai-inspired coleslaw.
I think the Shia Koji marinade, I think that's pretty inspired actually. I mean, I've not seen that before, and I think that works really great with ribeye.
So I think the shallot rings work really well because that give a crispy element to the dish. Pickled chilies, again, that's a nice touch. All in all, it's well balanced.
The beef is cooked well.
呢個冇喺限醬面係咪？
Vegetables, the pickles,
but unfortunately the overall flavour is burnt. And it's
Oh my days, this is fun.
balance of flavours was quite good, and just needs to be something different holding it together.
There's great charring on the meat, and there's good cumin through the bread as well. I'm getting the crunch of the shallots.
I like the pickled chilies, I love the coleslaw. I actually like this, I really do.
Tommy's cooking more flatbreads.
Right, we're going to pick it up now. Two tablespoons at the same time, okay? Ready? Right, let's go, come on.
How long, please, Tommy?
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Charlie fills his bao buns.
Charlie's mushroom and jackfruit bao sounds amazing.
Jackfruit, how's it taste?
Good. I've got the young tin jackfruit, I've got the fresh whole jackfruit, and then I've also got the oyster mushroom in there.
Jackfruit,
so I
yeah.
like the texture contrast between all three.
Do you think he's made his own bao bun? Because that's quite difficult en masse.
This is MasterChef the Professionals. Charlie has made the wrong bun, for sure.
How fluffy are they? Fluffy as a pillow?
They're fluffy as a pillow.
I like have mayonnaise.
Vinegar taste to it. We've got pickled red cabbage.
I like to have mayonnaise, huh?
The crispy onions give it some texture
yeah.
as well, because that's all very soft.
Come on, last push.
I love a cola barbecue sauce,
This
but it is very sweet. If Charlie pulls this off, I think it's going to be a good one. If Charlie doesn't pull this off, it'll
Wow.
be a disaster. We're rooting for you, Charlie. Come on, you got this.
Come on, boys, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Customers are waiting.
Sounds good. Very happy. I think it's in street food. Pop up.
The diners tuck into his bao
Wow,
buns.
tucking.
Pickled red cabbage
Tucking.
adds the sharpness that it
Tucking.
really needs, and then
Available,
crispy onions just to kind of give it that texture as well.
So I really like the barbecue sauce. So it's nice and sweet with the cola. The mushroom and jackfruit had quite a good beefy texture for a vegan dish.
Thought that the celeriac was delicious, and the bao itself was really made from scratch. It was very fluffy and really good effort overall.
The jackfruit is great, sweet, sour, love the little cabbage on the top. The bao bun is actually fabulous, beautiful and soft. That's sensational.
That cola barbecue sauce, smoky but properly sweet. This is good.
Last to serve is Molly. But she's run into a problem with her Italian meringue.
It's dropped because it's been sat, the air's dropped out of it, and
Oh, dear.
it wouldn't work if I was to pipe it on now, so...
Molly's meringue has not worked. She's not going to use it, she's throwing it away and she starts it again.
Just have to pray to the meringue gods.
Molly is making opera cake baked Alaska, topped with coffee ice cream and Italian meringue.
Sounds like a technical dessert. You've got different temperatures going on.
What is your calorie? Cream.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. You're the last course.
The ice cream has got to sit and not melt before it hits the table.
You don't do things by halves, kid, do you? Eh?
That meringue needs to be standing very above everything, and it's not that might be disappointing.
Second attempt at meringue made. It all comes down to whether it holds its shape once piped.
She's piping meringue around the top of her mini cake.
Ice cream.
Nice. Well done.
God, you don't have to make some work for yourself, you know that.
Can I get Lauren, please?
Lauren, would you mind?
It's now a race to plate all of her desserts before the ice cream melts.
Ice cream.
Lauren blowtorches them.
Right, we're going to do 2 tables together, a 4 and a 3, okay?
Yeah.
Is that ice cream okay, Molly?
Yeah, it will be if we move fast enough.
You need to get a move on it, it's going to be melting.
Molly pipes on meringue while Lauren spins the turntable.
Oh my days.
Fix that.
Oh, aye.
Lauren takes a blowtorch to the meringues.
Come on, Molly, hold it together.
Molly finishes off the last cakes.
Service, please. Thank you.
Oh my days.
Molly, that looked tough.
It better taste good.
Messy. Quite
That was
sweet.
really very hard. I think
Ice cream
everyone's
there, yeah.
soul could have come up against me.
I love the ice cream. The up cake, the layers could have been a bit more defined, and the cake itself was a little bit dry, but the overall flavour was great.
It was a nice surprise to have the ice cream underneath the meringue. The chocolate ganache definitely came through.
The meringue could have been done well better. Other than that, I think Molly's done quite well to get everything out.
I think this is an amazing achievement for 2.5 hours.
Unfortunately, the second batch of meringue started to split, and that's just all running off the side.
It's not the smartest presentation, but it does taste good. I think Molly's been incredibly ambitious.
After a tough day in the kitchen, the MasterChef pop-up is now over.
Five
great chefs, you know, and I'm amazed by their ambition. No one gave themselves an easy time there, and there were some stunning dishes.
I can honestly say I went out there and did everything I could today, put it all on the plate. Yeah.
I like this one, man.
I really hope that I've done enough to get that pass, because honestly it means so much and it just validates that they enjoy food.
I was definitely caught by surprise by the workload. Didn't particularly go to plan, but as a whole, it went well.
Feeling just on top of the world, like to feed the people that fed today. Incredible day, incredible venue, incredible everything.
All in all, I'm really happy with how today went. For me right now, everything is eyes on the semi-finals. Just want to keep going as far as I can.
The 5 chefs hug.
It's all about the guests now. We've got to count up their votes, and let's see which chef is going to be sailing straight through to our semi-final.
The chefs head back down the stairs, which have a sign next to them saying stairway to food heaven. Another day, and the chefs enter the MasterChef kitchen, where the 3 judges are waiting. They head to their workstations and tie their blue aprons on over the chef's wives.
food testing 嚟啦，乜啊？呢個 food testing 人哋 mark judges 啦，現在 judges 啦。
Great to see you back in our kitchen, chefs. I've had glowing reports back from these two from your pop-up. Some great food, but now the competition heats up even more.
As you know, we asked our guests to vote for their favourite dish, and that chef will go straight through to our semi-finals. We've counted those votes. The chef that is going straight through is...
They all wait nervously.
James. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Our guests absolutely loved it. It was a great dish. Well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Very good.
Off you go. We'll see you in the semi-finals. Very well done.
Again, yeah.
Well done, James.
Great comeback.
Great comeback. Well done.
Once again, yeah.
He leaves the kitchen and heads to the waiting area, grinning.
Wow, hey, semi-finals. That's dead cool.
I'm feeling great. Pass at this stage is an absolute game changer.
For you remaining 4, you've got a job to do. The odds have now shortened. We've set you a brief. We want you to give us your last dish on earth. If you could only have one more plate of food, what would it be? Who would you share it with? There are only 3 places left in the semi-final. One of you will be leaving the competition. 1 hour and 45 minutes for a dish that will secure your place in a MasterChef semi-final. Chefs, off you go.
Charlie squeezes honey into a pan, while Tommy scores meat and Lauren grates orange zest.
I think everyone wanted to have a pass, but I'm okay with not having it. It's okay, we've got to cook again.
I knew it would come in, to be honest, but thankfully I've got a second chance today and hopefully I'll do it.
Got lots to show today in this dish, for sure.
I'm looking forward to cooking my dish. It's all based on so that for me is quite important.
So your last dish ever, what's it going to be?
Cornish turbot, and I'm going to steam it in Cornish sparkling wine and then finish it with Cornish clotted cream. That's then going to be served with fennel that I've pickled with a bit of honey, caviar on top, and then asparagus that I'm cooking in asparagus juice and seaweed. Naturally, being from Cornwall, this is my tribute dish to where I come from. Home is everything to me.
Who are you sharing it with?
I would share this dish with my dad. My dad's a fussy eater. He doesn't like anything unless it's protein and potatoes. So with a few additional extras I've added on here, this is a dish that he would actually enjoy.
You know what's at stake, Charlie. How hungry are you?
I'm really hungry. I think right now it's a matter of who wants it more, and I think I want it the most.
Charlie's dish is all about ingredients from Cornwall. The turbot is being steamed. It's got aromatics. It's got fennel and lemon. As it's cooking, the fish should take on some of those wonderful aromatics. He's going to make sure he doesn't overcook it because the turbot will either dry out or just fall apart.
Turbot is considered the king of the sea when it comes to fish, so I've got to do that justice.
We've got cream in the sauce. It's just beautiful and rich. Open the fridge and it fell out.
Don't spill any more, you're going to run out of sauce.
Yeah.
Spilled cream.
He's got some potato, which is roasted in the oven in duck fat. He's also got asparagus spears. Love the sound of this dish.
Okay. It means a lot to me, this dish, and there's a lot riding on it in terms of like my family.
Molly, tell us, what's your last dish on earth going to be?
My final dish is a take on an Irish chowder. And
Irish
we serve it with Irish silver
chowder.
bread and a prawn head butter.
So why would your last dish be Irish inspired then?
We've got a massive Irish family. There's loads of us, and it means a lot to me. And I'm doing it for my Uncle Anthony because that was his favourite dish that he used to have when we go over there. I used to tell him when I was growing up, make sure you follow your cooking. So to be able to cook in this dish today, I'd love to show him what I've done. Hopefully you'll see that I've improved on my refinement and my plating.
She cuts up a fish.
Molly's dish is based around the chowder. Pan-fried cod loin, which she has cut into beautiful pieces. She's curing those in a salt and sugar mix with a little bit of lemon zest in there too.
These look lovely.
Pretty out there.
We also got some lovely large prawns. She's got steamed mussels, then using the liquid of that to make her mussel velouté, and then she's going to split it with some dill oil. I hope she captures the flavours of a chowder rich in seafood, because a chowder is all about the flavours that develop as everything is cooking together. By cooking them separately, you can almost lose the essence of all those delicious flavours of seafood coming together.
Right, chef, you've got 35 minutes remaining. 35.
Pop-up was a big challenge. Things didn't go to plan. I really feel like I need to get a 10 out of 10 in order to wow the judges. I don't want to give them, a mediocre dish because I'll be going home.
So Tommy, what are you doing?
So I thought long and hard about this. It would have to be a roast dinner. I love a roast dinner. It brings the family together.
Well, what's your take on this roast dinner then?
So today I'm doing a roast pork belly, spiralised potato, and it's been cooked in some pork fat, a pork and sage stuffing, cauliflower truffle cheese, there's a pork sauce as well, and an apple compote.
Who are you sharing it with?
So I've chosen my son to be my special guest today. He loves the roast dinner. It gets so messy, he has everything, he loves it all. So it'd be my pleasure to cook for him. Hopefully it'll be the best roast dinner you've ever had. That's what I want.
He mashes carrots in a pan.
Tommy's cooking us roast pork belly. We've got some crunchy crackling on the outside.
Because I've only got so little oil in a pan, that's quite a big piece of pork, so I'm able to just like a small amount of the pork. Currently thinking what I can do to make it better.
We've got pork and sage stuffing.
The potato, he's making a large ribbon of it, and then he's going to confit it in pork fat. On the side is a cauliflower and truffle cheese dish. That sounds delicious.
A roast dinner typically in any household takes 3 to 4 hours. I don't have that time today, so I need to really focus in and get everything done as quickly as possible.
Pastry made sense just based on my inspiration for the dish, and also I haven't done pastry since the first round. So I thought, why not take the rest there? I've got a lot of elements that need to set. I will be creating a cardamom and orange panna cotta brulee type dessert with a tonka bean ice cream, poached apricots, pistachio crumb and a nut brittle. My dad is like my biggest supporter, very much so in like just my chef career. He's got a sweet tooth. As a child, he used to always eat these like nut brittle snacks. So I thought the last meal on earth, why not share something with him and incorporate that into a dessert.
Lauren's cooking effectively creme brulee recipe because she's got eggs in it, but she's also added gelatin into it so that she can set it so that when she lifts the cutter off, it'll stay firm. It needs the taste of the cardamom and the orange. It needs to be nice and smooth.
So the reason I've got a like panna cotta brulee mashup is because I wanted to amalgamate the two textures.
We've got rum with apricots, the wonderful cashew nut brittle, hopefully not too bitter with the caramel.
That's the nut brittle, is it?
Yes. Tonka bean ice cream, you want the vanilla notes of that tonka bean singing through it. I hope Lauren delivers this dish because I am loving the flavours of it.
She blowtorches the top of her dessert.
You've got 5 minutes left, chefs.
I'm just getting all my final bits done now to make sure it's nice and pretty.
Come on, Charlie. Let's get this in and on and out.
Lauren adds a shard of brittle to her dessert.
Crackle's not crackle, does it?
No, it's not worked today, which is a shame.
Finishing in 30 seconds.
Plating fish.
Stop shaking.
Is that the last thing, Molly?
I've just got to get my sauce in the jugs.
Then do it, Molly, please.
Lauren adds a crumb to her dessert.
Guys, you're running out of time. Get these dishes finished now.
They add finishing touches.
That's it. Time is well and truly up. Stop. Thank you.
Molly puts her arms over her head, looking exhausted, and Tommy glances round nervously.
Cooking for a place in the semi-finals, Charlie's dish is Cornish steamed turbot, served with a roasted potato topped with anchovy butter, honey pickled fennel and caviar, asparagus cooked in a seaweed butter emulsion, and a Cornish clotted cream and champagne sauce, split with dill oil.
Wow, Charlie, beautiful presentation.
The pale green sauce pools around the fish, potato, and asparagus.
That turbot, beautifully steamed, just falls apart. The roasted potato with that fennel is delightful, and then lovely caviar over the top. The sauce, you've got so much of the sparkling wine in there. It's got the sharpness running through it, rich with the clotted cream. I think you've done Cornwall proud.
Thank you, chef.
That asparagus is absolutely delightful because you've got seaweed coating it, so it's giving it a natural saltiness. I love this fennel that's pickled and sweet. I really like that. That is a delightful dish.
That fish cookery is sublime. Absolutely delicious. Beautifully cooked potato. The sauce is absolutely sensational. Last meal? Yeah, I think I'd join you for that. Delicious.
Charlie's finished dish without the sauce.
I put a lot of love into this dish and it's just home for me. And for them to say I did Cornwall proud is, yeah, there's something.
Happy?
Yeah.
He looks thrilled.
Molly has served her take on an Irish chowder, pan-fried cod, prawns, steamed mussels, potatoes and samphire in a mussel veloute split with dill oil, served with Irish soda bread and a prawn head butter.
The bright green sauce is poured over the dish.
Fish is cooked well, my cod's flaking apart. My issues would be skin on those salad potatoes. They're not new potatoes, so that's a tough old skin. Take it off. And the skin on the cod, you'll never crisp that up unless you take it off and cook it separately.
I'm disappointed with my piece of cod. Mine's actually caught on the skin quite badly. It's leaving that bitter burnt flavour. But I love the way the mussels are cooked. The prawn is beautifully cooked. The sauce, I wish it packed more of the seafood flavours that you get in a chowder when it's all cooked together. Soda bread is nice. I think it's missing a bit of seasoning in there. Prawn head butter needs more oomph. There's some highs and lows in this dish for me, Molly.
A chowder is where the fish is cooked in it, and it absorbs the flavours. Everything's all cooked separately. And when you put it together, it has to become one, and it's not quite becoming one.
There's things that were picked up on that I knew were coming. It's a shame, but I just tried to refine it a bit, you know, so, yeah.
She wipes her eyes.
Tommy's dish is roast pork belly with a pork and sage stuffed cabbage, spiralised potato deep fried in pork fat, cauliflower truffle cheese, carrot and swede crush, apple compote, and a pork sauce.
Were we supposed to have some crackling?
Unfortunately, it's not worked today, so I decided to take it off.
The cauliflower truffle cheese is served in a separate side dish.
Pork, I don't mind it pink, but I think another 15-20 minutes just to tenderise it a bit more. I love the take on applesauce on there and how it's been diced so perfectly. There's still a bit of texture in it. To make the confit potato the way you did, it's beautiful. It's got the crunch, and honestly, I could do with a bowl of those on its own.
That pork is a little too pink for me. But your cauliflower cheese is delightful, and the truffle on the top is heady. That is seriously creamy, rich, indulgent. The sauce, there is a slight sharpness and a meatiness to it that I'm really enjoying. Very good.
Pork that looks like this will always divide the audience. Is it cooked? Yes, it is. It is cooked. Your swede and carrots, really delicious. Love the little pork stuffing ball with the sage running through that. If I was served this roast dinner anywhere in this country, I'd be very, very happy, because that is a roast dinner elevated. Well done.
Thank you so much. There's a few errors on my dish today. The pork divided the room. Marcus seems to really enjoy it, which really picked me up. I needed to hear that.
He exhales with relief.
Last up is Lauren. She has made an orange and cardamom creme brulee panna cotta with rum poached apricots, a cashew nut brittle, pistachio crumb, and tonka bean ice cream.
The ice cream is served in a separate small dish.
Love the creaminess of the creme brulee. Delicious. Love the little caramelisation on the top of that. The tonka bean ice cream, it's rich, it's delicious, taste of tonka bean. But that brittle, it's so bitter because the sugar, it's black. I just really struggle to eat that.
I'm intrigued by that creme brulee panna cotta. It's like a set custard with an absolute ton of vanilla in it. Apricots I like because that rum in there has enhanced it, giving it some more sweetness. I love that ice cream. You have taken the brittle too far, but I'm very happy with this. Well done.
Thank you. The creme brulee, the texture is smooth. I like that you managed to get the orange flavour through that as well. And I love that you managed to capture the flavours of the pistachio in that crumb. The brittle, it is overcooked, it's bitter. That side, I've enjoyed everything else on this plate.
Lauren's finished dessert with charred apricot slices.
I'm okay. I made a stupid mistake. And it's like, now is when you want to do that? Really, Lauren? So yeah, it's annoying, but I was happy that the rest of the dish worked out.
She fans herself. The white MasterChef logo.
That was a great cook-off today. Good food on show. Question is, who joins James?
Big call, chefs. Biggest call of the competition so far. Chef of the day? There definitely is one, and that is Charlie, with his flavours of Cornwall. Absolutely lovely.
Beautifully executed cooking that tasted outstanding.
Charlie's in the semi-final with James. I think this is now very, very difficult because you've got Molly, Lauren, and Tommy, and all three of them had issues. Small issues, but issues nonetheless.
I really don't want to think that I'll go home today because I really am enjoying it. I want to go further in the competition. It is my first error, so I just hope that that's taken into account.
To get through to the semis, it would be an effort. This is all I'm thinking about all day, every day. It does mean a lot to me.
It'd be cool to get through, but I don't know. I think I've had one too many wobbles now, but we'll see.
Molly leads the chefs back into the kitchen and they come to stand in front of Marcus, Greg and Monica.
Welcome back, chefs, and well done. Just consider for a moment how far you've come from the first time we met you, what you've achieved. You should now be considering this competition with a great deal of pride. Only 3 of you can go forward and join James in the semi-final.
The chef leading us is
Lauren, Molly and Tommy wait nervously.
Molly.
Thank you.
It has been a joy getting to know you in this competition, and we hope you've enjoyed the journey.
Sorry, Molly.
Thank you.
Take care, Molly.
Thank you.
She leaves the kitchen.
I'm gutted not to get through. I'm happy because I got further than I was expecting. Put my heart on the plate every time. Built my confidence more than I could ever expect. Just incredible, and I'll never ever forget it.
Semi-finalist.
Thank you.
Hey, James didn't get one of these.
They sip glasses of champagne.
To make it in the semi-finals, I'm buzzing. The stress is really full on. It's a big challenge.
Where's the
but I'm
first
just
one
excited
finally?
to smash my next dish.
It's definitely go straight through now. I need to be on point with everything. I know there's one error and I put it through 5 minutes.
The last 2 weeks, my whole life has stopped for me to be here and be able to call myself a semi-finalist. I couldn't be prouder.
The white MasterChef logo